Hey y'all, welcome to My Way Mysteries, the channel that brings you multi-dimensional content, which means that the readings are from a broad and expanded point of view and that they're not for a specific time but should resonate with you guys whenever you come across them. So we're doing a Nzunza reading today. This reading is so multifaceted, I don't even know what to call it because different topics keep coming up. What I know for a fact is that we are going into a deeper or a higher frequency explanation or exploration of the Nzunza aspect within you guys. So hello Nzunza family, hello Nzunza children, what up? I hope you all have been good. Okay, first aspect, Zunza, the earth angel. That might actually be the title for the reading because that's resonating very, very strong, right? Zunza is a high frequency being that operates within the masses, within society, within the community. It is the earth angel. Zunza is the earth angel, and it's a very interesting earth angel because of the fact that it operates within the masses. It's not really how you think of your normal angel, especially if you've never actually connected to like a guardian angel or one of the angel archetypes, be it Michael, be it Gabriel, be it Ariel. Like if you have, then you won't find the Nzunza energy strange. That bit of arrogance that's in it, that ability to experience joy, to experience happiness, laughter, smiles, like all of that thing in the midst of like chaos, in the midst of the city is burning. But this is a person that still has the ability to conjure up joy, to conjure up happiness. And again, it's because this is a high frequency being within the masses, within the everything. And the everything obviously involves the chaos, the disorder. And Inzunza is the order within the disorder. Inzunza is the harmony within the chaos. Inzunza is the union within the separation. And I hope for you guys to access those aspects of Inzunza yako, so that you can truly experience the holistic avenues of being in Zunza. I know that some of you just want to awaken your Zunza because you heard that you will never be without, and it's an abundant type of entity or energy, and really that's all you care about. But like, you don't realize that there's so much more to it than that. I mean, I understand that when you're coming from a place of lack or from a place of scarcity, how that can be, your one priority, like stability, the ability to provide for yourself and for those you love. But as you navigate this energy, you will also learn how there's so much more to it than that. There's so much that you are responsible for within your community than just racks on racks on racks. So yeah, that's how Zunza, the earth angel part, right? And then something else that's coming up, I made a video where I spoke about how y'all are done with like being nice. Y'all are done with incorporating niceness into being a light worker and thinking that that is like being a light worker, basically letting people walk all over you and being nice. And there's a need for me to expand on that because when I say that you're done with being nice, some of you may translate that as, oh, okay, I'm not nice anymore, so now I'm mean. Like, no, babe, no. We are Nzunza. we live in a way more expanded world. We have more than two options in terms of how to be. If we're not being nice, it doesn't mean that we're being mean. Duality is transcended within the Nzunza matrix. You are kind, you are patient, you are understanding, you are protective, you are all those things. Nice is a very performative type of way of being. It's literally about it's about being liked. It's about connecting to what you think people expect from you, what you think people perceive you as someone who is a healer, or someone who works with energy, or someone who has this aspect within them that is Nzunza. You use your powers to, instead of navigating the world, you're busy navigating people's emotions so that you never end up on the wrong side of them, not realizing that their world is so small and so limited, and by doing that you are limiting yourself and limiting your expression of Inzunza yako and yourself. That reading is actually very much for Nzunza people, actually, because it's a lot about, like I said, not being crushed by the burden of power. Zunza is so powerful, and a lot of people want to reach for that power, not understanding that it's not a privilege, it's a responsibility. That's why I spoke about how, a lot of people just want that power because it comes with all these like nice things apparently. But what you're gonna have to do in order to access that, that's where people fail. That's where people, like, crossing the Jordan is not easy. It's actually, saying it's not easy is literally an understatement. Like, I'm talking simple. Crossing the Jordan is the challenge of your life. Like, listen, getting to that stage where you embody Inzunza yako and you are one with it, by the time you get there, bro, the abundance is like, yeah, cool. Because that part of you that at the beginning, before you crossed, I was watching this series called Underground, and these guys are talking about how you enter the Jordan a slave and you come out a free person. If you've ever read the apocryphes, the books that didn't make it into the Bible, perhaps in the Nag Hammadi, there's a part where Jesus says a slave requires their freedom, but a son requires an inheritance. That Jordan, fam. Which brings me to the next aspect, right, of this reading. Yesterday I mentioned Morpheus accidentally. I was talking about the competition between Udream in Sandman. The competition between Udream, the Sandman, and Lucifer, and I mistakenly said Morpheus. So it's weird because it kept like coming up in my head. So if you've ever watched The Matrix, right, you know that Morpheus is the one that is responsible for waking people up. Morpheus is the one that found Neo and woke Neo up. Now, in mythology, Morpheus's dream, the Sandman's like other name is Morpheus. Morpheus is in charge of the dream world, right, which is an aspect also of your inner world. And that's basically what Inzunza is. Nzunza is Morpheus. And that aspect of Nzunza is the one that is responsible for waking you up, not so much from the dream, because, like I said, Morpheus is the master here of the dream world, but waking you up from waking you up from your sleep. I don't know how to explain that. I get it because it's like, no, but Zanne, you dream when you're sleeping. You see, limited concepts, limited understanding of reality. Um, you dream when you're asleep also, but sleep is not the only place where you dream. And the reason why you're dreaming when you're asleep, it's it's inspirations to wake you up. I'm speaking in the metaphysical term. I'm not speaking in the limited landscape term. I'm speaking about the dream or the sleep, sorry, of not being who you are. I'm talking about the sleep of conformity. I'm talking about the sleep of the masses. And Inzunza is responsible for waking you up. And how it does that is through the dream, is through the inner world, is through the communication within the inner world, which comes with certain images, certain feelings, certain symbols that the most authentic part of you can connect to and remember, and therefore wake up. Wake up to what? Wake up to who you really are. Wake up to the fact that you are Nzunza. But right now there is a separation, and that's why you see yourself as you are, and Nzunza as one who is next to you or one who is something else. But ultimately, we're Nzunza. Okay. Yeah, there's work to be done, Zunza kids. It's time for you guys to kind of remember the responsibility that has been bestowed upon you. Inzunza is very different to like the Indigo or even to the Starseed. The Orisha is very similar to Inzunza because firstly, both of your paths are actually quite challenging, because they deal a lot with the other. It's you in relation to the other. The dream communicates to you through the other. So there's a lot of dealing with karmic situations and that sort of thing, and kind of balancing out karmic energies in order to unravel who you actually are. Whereas the Indigo and the Starseed, it's a very different path. It's very solo. It's very observer more than anything. It's more of a witness journey more than anything. The Nzunza and Orisha journey are very much kind of like the chosen one type of journey. And if y'all have seen anything about the chosen ones, you know what that's about. Oh my God. Why? Oh, okay. That's cool. Oh, yeah. You feel like there's this never-ending theme in your life where you kind of are not sure about who you are, and it makes you feel like you don't know what you bring to the table. And it messes with your concept of self-love, because you know that you deserve all of this love, be it from yourself, be it from your ancestors, be it from God, but it's very hard for you to connect to that love because there's a feeling of, but why? Like, why me? Why am I chosen? Like, why me? Am I good enough for this? Did the divine make a mistake because you don't feel like you should be chosen for this type of thing? You feel very ordinary. You feel very small. You feel very unimportant. And yet, there's this deep knowing. There's this inside you. There's this crawling feeling of, I'm something bigger though. I'm something more than what I can perceive. Why do I resonate with these readings so much? And yet, all around me, it doesn't feel like things are connecting. And yet, this feeling persists. So it's really, it's starting to feel like this never-ending story of who am I? Who am I? Who am I? It's part of the journey. That's what I can tell you. This card says chop wood. I don't know if you know that saying. Before enlightenment, chop wood. After enlightenment, chop wood. And with these cards, you've got the cards soulmate and loyal heart. Like, it's kind of emphasizing the fact that it's like what I was saying about the inner world yesterday. It's not that the inner world is destroyed. You are Nzunza, whether you perceive yourself to be or not, and understand that that's all the gap is. The gap is just your perception. The gap is just your vision. The gap is literally just how you see yourself and how you perceive the world around you. That's all. That's it. It's not that you're missing certain capabilities. It's not that you're missing certain powers right now that you don't have and you will acquire the powers as you cross the Jordan. It's not that. You are it. You are it. Completely it. The only gap is perception. And this union, this embodiment is inevitable. It's inevitable. It's weird. I wanted to say almost it's inevitable if you choose it, which is tricky, isn't it? It's as if to say, this is meant to happen. This is part of the journey. The union is part of the journey. It's not like, oh, only if you do this or only if you do. No. This is inevitable in this lifetime or another. But you know why this is inevitable? Because you are what you are. It is your nature. It's your birthright. Okay? Again, a slave seeks freedom. A son seeks inheritance. There are stages in this journey. There's a part where you still seek freedom from conformity, from this thing they call togetherness, but it's not really togetherness. It's just conformity. It's wanting us to be the same thing, and therefore you not prescribing to who you actually are. And then there's the other part of the journey where you seek your inheritance because it is your birthright. It is your nature. It's not something that someone can take away from you. It's not something that you can compete for with other people because it's you. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Zunza kids, today. If you enjoyed the reading, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to book a reading, all the information is in the description box. All the love, guys.